And good Wednesday evening, everyone, and welcome live to DeVos Fieldhouse here on the beautiful campus of Hope College in Holland, Michigan, as we are set for the Rivalry Series renewed on the women's side. If it's anything like the first game, it was way back on November 30th. We're in for a good one tonight, 62-56. Hope winning on the road over Calvin, along with MSU. Great Drew Neitzel. My name is Brett Bakita. And Drew, how about these two teams? That was the MIAA opener. Seems so long ago. Actually, a year ago, if you want to look at the calendar, right? But Calvin comes in 18-3, 10-2 in the MIAA, and right there is Hope too, 19-2, 10-2, and then you throw in Trine, who is 10-2 as well. Calvin still has Trine coming up on Saturday. If Hope wins, though, the schedule favors them to try to win another MIAA conference
Absolutely.
crown.
And how about Calvin University coming in, winning 10 straight, looking to keep the momentum going in this rivalry game, get a little revenge from that game early on their home court back in November.
And what a job Coach Christner has done for Calvin. We'll hear from him in a little bit, along with Brian Morehouse for Hope. But you look at it, Gabby Timmer is back for a 5th year, and she is having an historic year, almost ready to go over the 2,000 career point mark. Unbelievable. And she's already gone over the 1,000 rebound mark. She is the career rebounding leader for Calvin University women's basketball.
Yeah, it would be just the second in Calvin history to have 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds. So elite company she's chasing, and they're going to need a big game from her again tonight on the inside, dominating the glass, scoring to bring home that win for Calvin.
And you look at Hope, I mean, Calvin comes in ranked 17th in the country. Another top 25 matchup like we had back in November coming in. But Hope is number 6 in the land. And Brian Morehouse has done a great job. He's got them playing well right now, and they're led by the Luka Doncic, he likes to call her, of the MIAA conference. Ella McKinney, she can really do it all.
Yeah, she certainly can. They have a great supporting cast, a very deep ball club. No player plays more than 20 minutes per game, so look for Hope to get up and down, feed off the energy of this sold-out crowd, try to turn Calvin over and get this game up into the 90s, which Hope's the second leading scoring team in the country right now.
And you just touched on something that's going to be key, I think, in this game, like it was in the first game, and why Calvin kept it so close. They had a great opening quarter, which was number 1, but they need to play this game in the 50s, 60s, maybe 70s. If you're Hope, you want to get up and down, and they have 4 times they've gone over the century mark this season. They're averaging 90 points per game on the season coming in.
Absolutely. Two contrasting styles, 2 great coaches, great players. We're certainly in for a treat here tonight, Paul.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. Calvin and Hope, the Rivalry Series rematch on the women's side. Don't forget, next Wednesday night, we'll do it all over again with a rematch on the men's side. A little bit later tip-off time, 8 o'clock at Vanderwood Arena. We had a lot of fun the first time with that. Well, speaking of both head coaches going to this one, they've been game planning, ready for this Wednesday night showdown again, and with everything with the MIAA Conference crown in the balance. Let's hear from them, and starting with Jeff Phoebus, the sports information director at Calvin University, sitting down with Mark Christner, their head coach, earlier this week.
Basketball coach Mark Christner on the eve of the Calvin Hope women's basketball game, meeting number 2. Coach, just your thoughts on playing in this game. Teams are tied for first place in the MIAA standings as we go down the home stretch of the conference. What are your general thoughts about this matchup?
We're really excited for the opportunity to play Wednesday. We feel like it's a part of a championship round that we're going to play in here a little bit in the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and we're really excited for the opportunity.
So the first meeting was back on November 30, a 6-point game. You played a number of games since then. Your team is in the top 25, nationally ranked, and has gone through quite a bit throughout the season. What have you learned about your team heading into tonight's matchup?
Well, you learn, Jeff, as the year goes on, the consistency part. Our seniors have been wonderful in their leadership. They've been really solid in their game approach, and we've had younger players progress through the year to really help plug some holes in our lineup, whether it's shooting on the perimeter or post defense and some of the rebounding components. I've really liked how consistent we have been, though, and I've really liked our approach to each game here in the last 2 months in particular.
So your thoughts on the keys to victory for your team, and maybe offer a little scouting report about Hope, because I'm certain that will play into tonight's keys?
Sure. Certainly the start is important. I'm not sure the start can win you the game, but over there it probably can lose you the game. And so I think the first quarter becomes really important. If you look at Hope over the year, they've outscored their opponents by a pretty significant margin in that first quarter. So our ability to get a good start becomes really important. The second thing is the rebounding part. I think here in the first game, our defensive rebounding percentage was maybe the lowest that we've had all year. We had 58% of our rebounds on our own glass, so that has to change. We have to do better there. We have to compete a little better on that end of the floor. And then I think we have to continue to make shots. We have made it over the last month in particular. We will have some open opportunities from the perimeter, and we're going to need to knock them in.
All right, very good. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Mark Christner would like to get his first win ever as head coach for Calvin against Hope here on their home floor. 0-10 coming in, but this is a tough nut to crack for the Flying Dutchman.
Absolutely, not only Coach Christner, but also his senior class, right? That last chance at winning that rivalry game, that's going to be on their mind, trying to get a big one here on the road tonight.
All right, so we've heard from the Knights. How about the Flying Dutchman side? Alan Babbitt, our host sports information director tonight here at Hope College, had a chance to sit down with the guy they call Coach Mo, Brian Morehouse, with his preview of tonight's matchup.
Brian, it's been 2 months and 4 days or so since we last had a rivalry game. How has your team grown since that first meeting in Grand Rapids?
Well, first of all, it seems like a season ago. It doesn't even, as I watch the video, it doesn't even feel like the same teams that are playing just because of the growth. I think for us personally, there's been a lot of growth. I think our starters who have never started before outside of Kate Majerus have learned how to start games. I think that we're playing young players off our bench who had no understanding of how to play in those games at that time, and I think they've become more seasoned and grown a ton. I think as coaches, we've learned how to coach this team and find out what works for them and what doesn't. So I think those are the areas that I've seen the most growth as far as our team.
Obviously, Calvin has grown as well, joining you and trying atop the MIAA standings. What have you seen from Calvin as you prepared for this game, how they have grown since that first meeting? Tremendously experienced team, right? I mean, return all their starters. Leah Harris feels like she's been there for, 7 years, and Gabby Timmer feels like it's been about 15 years. And obviously Sydney Cleary's been there forever. So they had experience coming in, but I think they've had a lot of growth this year as well in incorporating some of the younger players into their rotation. And I also think that they're just playing at a very, very efficient level on both the defensive side and the offensive side. Keys to victory for the Flying Dutch then tonight? Yeah,
I think you always look at the rebounding. So we need to do that. We need to slow down their big three. I think last game, Cleary, Harris, and Timmer had 62 out of their 75. If they're scoring at that level, the three of them that efficiently, going to be tough to stop them. And then I think the third thing is just for us to play in flow, to not have it be a clunky, slow game, but be able to have it be up-tempo, getting the ball up and down, and not have it be a grinded out, low possession game.
Thanks, Brian. Good luck tonight.
You bet.
welcome courtside as we get set for the rivalry renewed on the women's side. Hope College taking on Calvin University. Drew Neitzel along with Brett Bakita, and we'll have the call tonight again here. Looking forward to this one, Drew. It really was an entertaining game way back so long ago, November 30th. It was the MIAA conference opener for both, and I tell you what, Calvin got off to that great start. That was the difference, but in the end, Hope clutch. They get the road victory 62-56.
And you talk about a team streaking right now. The Knights, they have upset on their mind coming here to enemy territory. They're winners of 10 straight. They have not lost in the 2022 or 2023 calendar year. So they're fired up and ready to put on a good performance.
Calvin leads the all-time series 71-63. The Knights come in at 18-3 overall, 10-2, tied atop the MIAA conference lead with Trine and Hope College. And the Flying Dutchman coming in at 19-2 overall, 10-2 in conference play. And now here's Darren Deistmeyers, our PA announcer, as we get set for the starting lineups.
As an associate professor emeritus. He is still active with Hope as an adjunct faculty member, and in addition to John's many awards and recognitions, in 2013 he helped establish the Hope Comes to Watts May Term, a travel study course that welcomes students from any department on campus to work with school children in a culturally diverse urban setting in Los Angeles. John's love for teaching matches his passion for women's basketball here at Hope College. He has been a beloved fan of the sport, supporting the Flying Dutch year after year. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Dr. John Yelding, today's Hope College superfan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the colors, the City of Holland's Police Department Honor Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome a dance marathon miracle child, 14-year cancer survivor, and current 16-year-old teenager, Miss Ella Neifert.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA contest between the Knights of Calvin University and your Hope College Flying Dutch. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Knights at 1 forward, a 6-foot sophomore from Vienna, Virginia, number 14, Valerie Dirksey. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutch, a 5'11 senior from Ada, number 4, Claire Bagley. At 1 forward for the Knights, a 5'6 senior from Highland Ranch, Colorado, number 23, Sarah Neely. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutch, a 6-foot senior from Sycamore, Illinois, number 14, Kate Majerus. Starting at center for the Knights, a 6'3 senior from Caledonia, number 24, Gabby Timmer. And at center for the Flying Dutch, a 6'1 senior from Osceola, Indiana, number 21, Savannah Feenstra. At 1 guard for the Knights, a 5'8 senior from Middleville, number 12, Sydney Cleary. And at 1 guard for the Flying Dutch, a 5'8 senior from Zeeland, number 2, Meg Morehouse. And at the final guard spot for the Knights, a 5'8 senior from Frisco, Texas, number 20, Leah Harris. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutch, a 5'9 senior from Hazlitt, number 15, Ella McKinney. Calvin University is coached by Mark Christner. Hope College is coached by Brian Morehouse. Your officials this evening, Ed McCarty, Amanda Chapman, and Amanda Bender.
The Calvin Knights led by 5th-year senior coming back, the whole COVID situation, Gabby Timmer, and boy, she is a human double-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds per game.
Absolutely. We've talked about her and her accolades throughout her career. She wants to end it on a high note, especially getting a win in the rivalry. Has not won yet in this rivalry, and that's Gabby Timmer, 18 points, 10 rebounds. She's going to have a big game on the inside, stay out of foul trouble. She's going to have to be a force on the inside.
Sydney Cleary, another senior from Grand Rapids South Christian, hit some threes early in that first meeting. I think that's going to be big again. And speaking of seniors, Ella McKinney, the senior out of Hazlitt, Michigan, guard, 5'9", but really can do it all for Hope. And she really is the spark plug to their engine to get that offense going.
Yeah, very deep team, as we talked about in the pregame, but she is the heart and soul of this team. The senior, 13 points per game, 4 rebounds, a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. So she's going to have to handle the basketball, not turn it over in order to take a big step into the MIAA lead to get in first place in this league.
You saw tonight's officials on your screen. Here we go. Calvin opening the tap, moving left to right on your TV screen, just the opposite. I'm back to the radio days. Is Gabby Timmer down low on the left side. Can't finish. She's a natural left-hander, and Hope in the home whites with the orange numbers and the orange trim, bringing it back the other way. Penetration that time on the kick out. Bagley, right side, no good on the 3 ball by Majerus, and rebound claimed by Leah Harris, but she was tied up by Bagley, so it'll stay possession with Hope. And Leah Harris is one to watch. We're really impressed with her. She created some fast break opportunities, and she is fearless as far as taking the ball into the paint for Calvin.
Oh, all these girls are fearless, especially for Hope, and they want to get up and down the floor, take that first available good shot. You see it on that first possession, a deep corner 3. Hope, they lead the nation in field goal percentage, 49%, and 3-point percentage at 39%. So Calvin has their hands full on the defensive end here tonight.
There's the high-low they like with Feenstra. Timmer and Feenstra, good matchup. And Feenstra blocked by Timmer, who had 8 blocks in that first meeting, and off to a great start. She's got the long arms and the length, does Gabby Timmer, that can really bother the Hope post play.
And she does a good job staying tall, not coming down, drawing the foul. Gabby Timmer doing a nice job already in this game on the defensive end.
Another one of the local products, 6'3", out of Caledonia, Michigan, but played at South Christian with Sydney Cleary back in the day. Nice spin by Feenstra. Fake like she was going to her left, came back to her right, threw a nice finish that time. Feenstra had a big game for them in that win at Calvin back in November.
She did, and they're looking to throw it in, establish the inside presence early before they shoot from the outside, and we force Gabby Timmer to play a little defense. If they can get her to pick up an early one, that would be key.
Hope will pressure all over. 94 feet as you see there, and they force Gabby Timmer with a travel. The bigs for Calvin have to help against that pressure, and it's relentless for Hope College. Both teams go about 8, maybe 9 deep, but Hope will come after you every chance they get. And what a story here. Meg Morehouse, coach's daughter, a senior, played at Zeeland East High School, runs the point for her dad. Good matchup there we'll watch with Sydney Cleary, fellow senior guard, as I mentioned, out of South Christian High. They swing the ball left side, shot clock down to 8, 2-0 our score. Hope early on. There's Bagley out of Forest Hill Central, cross the lane, nice finish with the right hand. Just went right around that time, Sarah Neely.
Pretty good defensive possession, got the by Kelvin on the defensive end, but have to execute, get that stop at the end of the shot clock.
Here's Cleary working against Morehouse. Good defender as Morehouse pulls up from 3 and knocks it down. We saw that early on in the opening quarter in the first game. Calvin actually winning that opening quarter, and that's something they've always struggled with Hope in the past. Nice runner by McKinnon. And McKinney out of Hazlet, Michigan in the capital city is so tough. She can really do it all, Drew.
She certainly can. She's always in attack mode. You see her right there, catch and go. Great basketball IQ.
Nice skip opposite. Cleary, another triple. Sydney Cleary, 2 for 2, and back and forth we go. Great tempo to this one. One change, if you're looking at your screen, from women's basketball at the college level to men is instead of the 20-minute halves, they go 4 10-minute quarters. Step through, shot blocked that time. Great job defensively by Valerie Dirksey for Calvin. Here come the Knights in transition in the front court. Right side, Cleary. They feed Gabby Timmer. She's good with the bounce at the high feed. Now Kip opposite to Harris. She can't dial up the 3 off the back iron. Here's Morehouse wanting to push. Bagley up the right side. Bagley with the contact. Can't finish. Rebound Gabby Timmer. Hope fans behind us wanted to bump. I like the fact, though, these are 2 physical teams. They let them play a little bit here in the early going.
Absolutely. Rivalry game, emotions, tensions are high. Officials got to let these players decided on the floor.
High-low, Timmer, around and out, stays with it though on the offensive glass. Coach Morehouse wanted it over the back, but no one boxed her out that time. And now a step-in steal. Nicely done by Savannah Feenstra out of Indiana. Now 2-on-1 the other way. McKinney with a nice finish on the assist. Claire Bagley for Hope.
Great execution. That's where Hope's at their best. Getting turnovers, getting out in transition. Great execution on that 2-on-1 break.
8-6. Hope leads it by 2. There's Feenstra on the backside with that double team. They tried to feed it on the right block to Dirksey. Wasn't there. Outlets it to Morehouse. Penetrates the free throw line. Kick back. Feenstra. She can knock down the 3. And she does. Savannah Feenstra had that monster game. And along with McKinney, they were the 1-2 punch to put Hope over the top. And obviously to 19 wins so far this season.
You talked about that first performance against Kelvin. At Kelvin, 20 points, 9 rebounds for Feenstra. She's feeling it already.
Harris across the middle. Lost it momentarily, then put it up off the glass. Nice job of regaining her composure as she went up in the air. Kick left side, McKinney. Blocked that time. Good defense by Dirksey. We've seen that early. The other big for Calvin, and now Timmer working against Feenstra. Maybe bothered that shot. A little too strong. Dirksey with a rebound. Here comes Calvin. They're not afraid to push it when they've got numbers, but they want to see this game more in the 50s and 60s. Trying to drive. Neely, cut off baseline, needs help. Back out to Timmer, right wing. She's watched by Feenstra. Now cut it across to Dirksey. Kick opposite. Cleary doesn't need much room. Fires the 3. That one around and out. Rebound Savannah Feenstra. Feenstra is the leading scorer for Hope, coming in at 13.8 points per game. McKinney right behind her at 13, penetrates, kicks out. There you go. Feenstra short on the triple. McKinney, though, the offensive rebound. Goes up, and Dirksey got the clean block up top, but got it with the body. She'll be whistled for the foul with 5:03 left to go in this opening quarter, and already, partner, what a great pace.
Yeah, back and forth action, and both teams a little winded. You see line changes here for both ball clubs. I believe Hope bringing in 4 new players, trying to the fresh legs, 3, keep the fresh legs out there and use their depth to an advantage, especially early in this game.
Hope, I would say, 1 or 2 players deeper, and it fits because of the tempo and pace they like to play with as McKinney rear missed the free throw line. Jada Garner is one that comes in. She's a sophomore guard out of Midland Dow, 5'6", so she'll run the point. Also in there down low is Kendall Sietsma, a freshman, 6'1", homeschooled out of Hudsonville. And checking in Keegan Kaiser, freshman out of New Albany, Indiana. Both these programs have really stretched out their footprint as far as recruiting. Obviously, both top 25 ranked coming in. Harris penetrates left side, pull-up jumper, rattles it home. That's what we liked about her game. So athletic is Leah Harris. 12-10 our score. Favor of Hope with the basketball. Carson Carl Bloom, freshman out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, 5'11". She can shoot it. Checking in now, a steal by Cleary. Back to the way. Harris, pull-up jumper in the paint. Yes. Knocks it down. Good decision over Bagley that time.
Great play right there. Stop on the dime. Knock it down. Avoid the contact. Leah Harris off to a good start.
One of the players in for Calvin we want to talk about is Ryan Royer. She's a freshman, 5'10". Great story out of Ludington. She's a two-sport athlete for Calvin. Has nice jump down low. Bagley on the penetration and nice leave on the backside to Sietsma for two. Timmer had to come up and help, and that left the lane open on the baseline that time on the finish by Sietsma. 3:59 ticking left to go. 14-12, Hope by two. There's Harris on the penetration right side down the lane. Kick out on the backside. Cleary for three. Can't get it to go. Good rebound by Rohrer. She's physical. Out of Ludington high up the road and some contact, and she's going to draw a couple of free throws. We'll tell you more about the story with Rohrer in a minute. We've got a media timeout, so we'll step aside. 14-12, Hope by two. 3:48 left to go in the opening quarter. Glad to have you along live on this Wednesday night right here on the Hope Sports Network.
Give the gift of flowers from Heisman Flowers, offering green plants, tabletop centerpieces, and breathtaking floral arrangements of all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Celebrate your next event with us or give a gift to that special someone. Offering nationwide same-day flower delivery. Visit us online at HeismanFlowers.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Seth Palmer, an ears, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 2002 graduate of Hope College.
And I'm Dr. Rich Straving, a fellow ear, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 1996 graduate of Calvin University.
Hope fan
or Calvin fan,
we are on the same team serving your needs.
With 6 locations throughout West Michigan,
we've got your medical concerns covered.
I want to remind you, tonight's broadcast here on the Hope Athletics YouTube channel being brought to you by our Hope College anchor partners, LBZ Financial Planning, Lighthouse Title Group, and Holland Board of Public Works. Drew?
Yeah, let's take a look at a couple stats here early in this first quarter. Sydney Clear, as we talked about, off to a hot start, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, 6 points as well. For 6 points for Leah Harris, 3 for 4 from the floor. Calvin, 50% from the field, 40 from beyond the arc. So doing a nice job weathering the storm, kind of on the road, setting that tempo. But 3 turnovers, 21 in that first meeting. So they got to do a good job handling the pressure of Hope and taking care of the basketball.
So Royer, good touch at the free throw line. Here's her story. She competes for Calvin in track and field. She throws shot and discus, Drew. So you don't want to mess with her in the post. And she played on the Ludington team that made it to the semifinals last March in Division II girls basketball. So she was one of their leaders. Heck of a player, but a heck of a story. She is tough and only a freshman. Knocks calmly both free throws down there on the road.
Yeah, freshman on the road in this environment. Looked good coming off her hand. Going to be a nice player for the Knights.
Absolutely. On the penetration, that's Garner. Kicks it left side to Carl Bloom. Back to Garner, penetrates across the lane. Watched there defensively by Emma Whitty, who just checked in out of Grand Rapids Christian. High for the Calvin Knights. And Michigan State, Judd Heathcote weave out front. Meg Morehouse, deep three. Shot clock was down to 4. I don't know, with a smile on her face, I don't think she called glass as she looked over to Dad, but it's a triple nonetheless.
Yeah, maybe a little fired up off the glass from the top of the key, but a 37% three-point shooter on the season, so she's more than capable.
Nice crossover by Harris to free herself on the baseline, but couldn't knock down the short jumper over Morehouse. Rebound cleared that time by Carson Carl Bloom. Now going to the baseline. How about that finish off the window and one, and that's the athleticism of Jada Garner.
Yeah, Jada Garner, another nice piece coming off the bench for Coach Morehouse. Athlete, puts the ball on the floor, finishes through contact. Hope playing with a lot of energy, great pace right now, getting out in transition. Calvin a little bit back on their heels.
I know you love this style going up and down, but as a player, you know, hey, go out there, give your 3-4 minutes, you're going to get a blow right, but you're going to come right back in. Coach Mo's going to go back to you.
Yeah, it's a great luxury if you're a coach, right? I mean, you got your kind of core scorers. They're going to give you, 10 to 15 every night, but then each and every night, somebody different is stepping up off the bench for Coach Morehouse, and with that depth, they're certainly going to be dangerous later on as the season progresses.
That's why Calvin's got to get something out of their bench like they did in the first game and keep this pace down. Garner with that free throw, by the way, makes it a 6-point advantage now, 20-14. There's that pressure constantly. Just kind of wears on you throughout the game as we're down to 2:40 left to go. Gabby Timmer, by the way, big post player for Calvin, sitting down the bench right now. Cleary going baseline, got around a defender. Nice finish on the floater. She's got 8 to lead Calvin.
Yeah, she's really carrying the scoring load. Gabby Timmer has not found her rhythm yet, so the backcourt doing a nice job for Calvin.
Kick out for 3, no good off the front of the iron. Skipped out from Majera. She got a good look on the penetration from Morehouse, and now a bump as Calvin was bringing it back the other way, going against Hope. Team foul situation, 2 apiece in this quarter. As now Calvin going to their bench. And Mark Christner knows all about he's got to rotate players in and kind of play to the hand of what Hope is. But you just kind of take some time each possession off the clock, and it's kind of weird. You don't want to say you get your rest on offense, but I mean, they are relentless defensively. There you see the steal, knocked away from Cleary by Morehouse. Morehouse gets to the free throw line, scoop right side, and Bagley off balance, couldn't finish, rolled off the front of the rim, off the backboard. Battle for the rebound, grab that time nicely by Majerus. Kick opposite, Bagley for 3. The Forest Hill Central Ranger knocks it down. The lead is grown to 7.
Claire Bagley with that rainbow 3 over the outstretched hand of the Calvin defender, having herself a nice first quarter as well.
Bagley's right there, by the way, at 12.9 points per game, and their big 3 is now Calvin on the deck. They wanted to get a timeout. Cleary didn't get it. Trying to help out her teammate as Gabby Timmer will check back in with 1:35 left to go to finish the quarter. And possession are going to stay with Calvin. Rohr coming out, also Cleary. And in is Sammy DeKuyper out of Rockford, the freshman. We saw her on the JV, but she's one that can try to give them some extra minutes at that point guard position. Kick out the corner, 3 ball on the way off the back heel, no good by Alyssa Garner, the sophomore out of West Ottawa. And now too fast down the other way. Bagley couldn't control it on the fast break, off her leg and out of bounds.
Yeah, no complaint there from Coach Morehouse. He loves seeing his girls get up and down. If you throw a couple over the top, out of bounds, he can live with those turnovers, being aggressive, trying to beat the defense down the field.
DeKuyper was on that Rockford team that made it to the Division I semifinals. The Breslin Center we covered in her other job on the high school ranks through last year. So she's stepping into the fire. Gabby Timmer, skip pass over right side. Sarah Neely, step back for 3, just off the mark left side. Rebound Meg Morehouse. Final 52 seconds of the opening quarter. Up ahead to McKinney. Nice catch. Pulls up at the left block. Nice skip opposite. There's Bagley again. Oh, couldn't down that one up. McKinney, though, on the offensive glass. Skip over along the baseline. Unable to pull the trigger. That was Majerus. Good closeout that time defensively by Dirksey. Back out between the rings. Morehouse kicks it right corner to Bagley, matched up with DeKuyper. Out top, Feenstra wants to drive around Timmer, just too quick for her, but is it a charge? No, they're going to say a block. A half step late that time, trying to come over and draw the charge with Sarah Neely.
Yeah, and I don't think Neely was outside of that charge semicircle underneath the basket. Good attack by Feenstra.
26.2 seconds left. Feenstra will get 2 fouled in the act of shooting. Our rivalry sponsors for the series for both the men and the women here from Hope, Sound Off Signal. Also our thanks to MVP, Heisman Flowers, Michigan ENT, and BioLife. We want to thank all of our great sponsors and our crew, headed up by the one and only Phil Brown, here working with the Hope College production with their YouTube channel and the different students here in their communications program. Don't forget, next Wednesday night, we're back over to Calvin Van Noord Arena for the men's on the Calvin University Athletics YouTube channel. So much fun, Drew. We've really enjoyed it. Game 3 of our 4-game series. There's the switch in the corner. There comes the trap. And oh boy, bailed out with a foul. They say Jada Garner a little bit too aggressive that time, but they had Neely right in front of the Flying Dutchman bench in trouble.
Yeah, a little bit of a bailout call right there. They had her trap, but came down with the hands, caught her on the wrist, but using that sideline as a third defender, you want to keep that basketball in the middle of the floor if possible if you're Kelvin.
Set to trigger was Cleary. The shot clock is off. Final 10 seconds of the quarter. Out to Harris. Offset right. Now back to Cleary. He threw it in right wing. Will she pull the trigger? Morehouse on her. Try to skip pass over. Deflected with 1.8 seconds left. Nice job on the backside defensively for Hope. That was cleared back. They were trying to get it far corner that time. So now an interesting inbounds right by the corner over there on the baseline. That's Rohrer, freshman back in. She gets it in, got to let it fly. They do. Yes, count it. It's 4-2 just inside the arc and knocking it down for Calvin with Sarah Neely.
Yeah, how about a little momentum going into the quarter break? Big time shot for Calvin to stay in this game early.
24-18. Hope leads in after one. Hope you're enjoying it like we are. We'll take a timeout, come back with second quarter action as you're watching the Rivalry series on the women's side, the rematch between Hope and Calvin right here on the Hope Sports Network. Drew, they had a doubleheader here tonight at DeVos Fieldhouse. We wanted to pass along in case you missed it. It was broadcast live on the Hope Athletics YouTube channel with the crew ahead of us. But Trine University, who's having a great season in the MIAA on the men's side, comes in and knocks off Hope 56-43. That was the early game. And then, of course, the Rivalry Series featured for the women here tonight. And how about your thoughts? 24-18. I think that was a big bucket for Calvin to get back into a two-possession game to start this second quarter.
Absolutely, and just to get a little bit back momentum on their side, right? It was up to 8 and really nothing going well those last couple minutes for Calvin, but got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. 4 more field goal attempts for Hope in that first quarter, and that was the story back in their first meeting. Hope had 79 field goal attempts to just 51 for Calvin, so big discrepancy there. Need to handle the basketball, get second chance opportunities, hit that offensive glass. Gabby Timmer back in the game for Calvin. Let's see if they can get her going scoreless in that first quarter.
They lob it into her. Nice step. They're trying to finish with the right hand. It does. Wow. Nice move that time by Gabby Timmer.
Yeah. It's a good sign for Coach Christner, getting his superstar back in the game, getting her going after some struggles in that first quarter.
Working against the freshman Kendall Seatsma. Now in trouble on the penetration, drove down, nowhere to go. Keegan Kaiser had a great block earlier on Leah Harris in that last possession by Calvin to knock it away momentarily. McKinney penetrates, kicks it back out left Sard. Carl Bloom now back to McKinney. 3-ball in the corner, no good off the heel. Rebound controlled by Calvin. 9 minutes left to go, first half. 24-20, Hope by 4. These two teams tied in the MIAA standings at 10-2. Rohr, strong drive, couldn't finish with left hand, rolls off the front of the rim for the freshman. Here on the rollout is Hope. Oh, around it, out. It would have counted on the pass ahead to Kaiser, who tried to finish. You just cannot take your breath. If you miss on the other end, you better turn and sprint, but also have your head on a swivel because the ball's coming back trying to knock it away.
Flying Dutch, they go flying down the floor. And Keegan Kaiser, I mean, just an athlete coming in off the bench, and talked about going 9 to 10 players deep, and they don't lose a ton when they go to that bench. And Coach Morehouse not afraid to have those line changes, sub 3-4 players at a time.
One of the Indiana products on the roster for Coach Morehouse, Keegan Kaiser, freshman out of Floyd Central High School in New Albany, Indiana. Knocks down the second to split the pair. 25-20. Flying Dutchman by 5 here early in the second quarter. Rohr now tough pass, trying to lob it to the post, and she drew all kinds of traffic. Gabby Timmer got it knocked away, but she last touched it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was into a triple coverage right there on the inside. Almost faked that pass down to Timmer, draw the defense in, swing it to the corner, find their shooters. They've had some luck from beyond the arc in that first quarter.
Morehouse, one of those trying to come down and help out in the paint. Pull-up jumper from the right elbow, no good. Off the front of the iron, left it short to Kaiser. Rebound, Sydney Cleary. Pushing to her high school teammate, Gabby Timmer, who can fire the three. There's that left-handed stroke partner you like, but how about that at 6'3"?
Hey, she can absolutely fill it up. I mean, shooting 52 from the floor, 37 from three. She can go inside, outside. There's a reason why she's chasing that 2,000 point mark for her college career.
Yeah, just over 60 points away coming in as Morehouse will finish on the other end. Harris got it blocked again, but right there to clean up the garbage, Gabby Timmer.
Yeah, and you fall asleep on her, and she has a quick 8 points to start this second quarter.
Yeah, it's big. You know she's got to be involved. Usually has to get a double-double like she did in that first game to keep it close. And Calvin certainly had a chance to knock off Hope. They haven't done it in almost 5 years as McKinney, after she lost the handle, everyone just kind of backed off her. She was wide open, just put it up and in.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication right there. Nobody stopped the basketball. Rule number 1 on the defensive end, stop the girl with the basketball. Calvin had a good job right there.
Cleary for three, no, off the back iron. Long Karam, opposite side of the basket, claimed by Keegan Kaiser. Getting good minutes here for Hope College. 7:07 and ticking left to go here first half. 29-25, Hope by 4 with the basketball. Step back three, that was deep. Wow. Carson Carlbloom knocking it down. How about the freshman not afraid to pull the trigger?
How about the freedom that Coach Morehouse gives his girls, right? That step back three early in the shot clock there.
Gabby Timmer going to try and answer. No, too strong. Rebound cleared by Morehouse. She doesn't have to outlet it to anybody. She wants to run up ahead to Feenstra. Feenstra on the left block, coming across the lane, wants to finish the right hand pump fake, and she traveled. Good defense. Gabby Timmer with her size bothering her that time.
Walling on the defensive end, hands high, not coming down, reaching. That was all Gabby Timmer creating that traveling violation against Feenstra.
How big would this victory be for Calvin women? We weren't kidding, Drew. The last win over Hope, 67-65, came in the MIAA tournament semifinal at Trine University, February 24, so almost 5 years, 2017.
And I know they hear about that. That's bulletin board material Coach Christner using to motivate his girls to come out here and get a big win.
They swing it around the horn. Cleary, no, can't dial up another three. Too long. Battle for the rebound. Trying to dig it out was Alyssa Carner, who just checked in, the sophomore to West Ottawa. So she's back at her old stomping grounds here in Holland. And the foul going to be called against her. Second foul this quarter. They do the foul situation by quarters as far as the bonus for the women. 2 up there for Calvin, none on the board for Hope. 32-25, the lead is 7. Feenstra with a handoff. Bagley kicks right side. Triple try way off the mark that time by Kate Majerus. She's a 5th-year player out of Sycamore, Illinois. Good to have her back for Coach Mo. Of course, that great senior class that he lost last year. What a job he's done. He's looking for win number 49 against his rival. He's got 48 wins against Calvin coming in. And how about his winning percentage in general? 677 wins to 93 losses. Are you kidding me? 87% winning percentage for Coach Mo.
Well, how about this? With a win here tonight, it would be 25 seasons in a row with 20 wins.
Yeah. That's incredible. You can't even fathom that.
I mean, the last time, 97-98,
yeah,
was the last time they didn't have a 20-win season. I mean, just a remarkable job, remarkable career, Coach Morehouse. And
just up the road from Fremont back in the day, his alma mater, played for his dad, who an assistant for him. Said that's been a lot of fun. By the way, the foul whistled against Calvin in the drive by McKinney. So Hope inbounds underneath their own basket. Check it in for the first time tonight, working up against Timmer right there with the basketball, trying to finish strong, unable to do so. Rebound Calvin. On the attempt that time was Raven Jemison. She's 6'2" and a junior center. Watched her play at East Kentwood High back in the day. Very athletic. And she wasn't available the first go around, so nice addition for Hope. Another post player they can bring in. Oh, they tried the backdoor bounce pass just a little bit too far for the intended. Valerie Dirksey was cutting down the lane. A little too much mustard from Carter that time on the pass.
And that's just that ball pressure that Hope puts on the ball handler, right? I mean, getting the hands in the passing lane just speeds you up 1 extra second and causes the missed timing.
Now Cleary knocked it away momentarily for Morehouse, but she digs it out on the hard court. Driving that time was Bagley. Nice leave for Jemison. Couldn't finish, and Gabby Timmer, boy, if she doesn't get a piece of it, she certainly alters some shots. We mentioned the 8 blocks in the first meeting. Leah Harris, left wing. Looking for a high screen, gets it from Gabby Timmer. There's the roll. Nice cutoff by Jemison. Gets it down to Gabby Timmer. Now double team needs some help. And they tie her up on the baseline. Possession arrow going to go back to Hope College. Good job. Gabby didn't see it that time. And a nice double team coming over to help with the double team with Jemison for Hope College was Kate Majerus. So media timeout will step aside as well. Hope 32, Calvin 25, 4:44 left to go first half. We'll step aside now for these commercials on the Hope Sports Network.
My name is Shay, and I have a condition that I take a medication that's made out of human plasma.
Hi, Shay. Welcome to BioLife. We take the generous gift of these donors in order to make these therapies. We make it safe, fast, and easy. You know, you're compensated for your time while you're coming in and donating.
I just really wanted to thank you for your donation because y'all do change lives. Y'all really do. And I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Stream is being brought to you by our great Hope College anchor partners tonight, LVZ Financial Planning, Lighthouse Title Group, and Holland Board of Public Works. Brett Bakita along with MSU great Drew Knights. So welcome you back here, 32-25. Hope women lead it over Calvin with 4:44 left to go first half. Stay with us at halftime. I'm getting a chance to sit down with a good friend of mine and Tim Schoonfeld, athletic director here. And what a job both he and Jim Timmer, pretty good players in their own right back in the day, have done at their alma maters with these athletic departments. Not just the basketball programs, but, you know, the big announcement with Calvin adding football, and obviously Peter Sturzman, the house, the Hope football head coach. But Hope College done a great job this year with their athletic department.
No doubt. And looking across in the rafters, some banners, the All Sports Award winner for the MIAA on numerous occasions here at Hope College, and tons of tradition, not just on the hardwood, but in all sports between both these institutions.
Shot clock not normally a problem for Hope as we're down to 13, but on the attacker after the timeout, Jemison went up. Partially blocked by Gabby Timmer, knocks it away, and here comes Harris in transition. Oh, she was looking to her left, but right there was a defender for Hope, so she just threw it up. McKinney picks it off. McKinney can't finish, though, and then Harris bothered that shot, and a reach-in foul going to be called after the offensive rebound against Ella McKinney of Hope. Well, that's a tough break because they had numbers 2-on-1, and Harris wanted to go quickly up the sideline, but then a Hope defender she didn't see as she was about to pass it until late, then just kind of threw it up for grabs, and Hope had a 2-on-1.
Sloppy both ways coming out of the timeout. That'll drive a coach crazy. Missed layup opportunity by Ella McKinney, but Calvin dodges a bullet and another turnover. Hope shooting the passing lane there, getting another steal.
Yeah, Dirksey in the post just got tripped up, hit the deck, couldn't receive the pass from Cleary. And now here we go. Feenstra will trigger out top. I like how they get their bigs involved out on the perimeter as well, and they can all shoot the three. Handoff coming down the right side, trying to finish with the right hand. Tough, strong move, but couldn't finish with Kaiser. Gabby Timmer with the rebound, and now I think we might have a blood situation. We do on the left leg. She's going to have to come out of Alyssa Carner, the sophomore guard out of West Ottawa. Far side official picking up on that, so they'll get her treated. Substitute coming in. And let's reset that lineup for Coach Mark Christner. As Cleary will run the point now. Harris is in there along with Timmer. Checking in is Emma Whitty for the injured player, and now the shot blocked. McKinney on the block, on the breakout the other way, as she got the block on the other end defensively to start the break. Nice job. Excuse me, Kate Majerus with the block in the finish against Cleary. Now a knockaway with the quick hands. There's that relentless pressure we talked about, but Kate Majerus, nice block on the other end.
Keegan Kaiser getting her hand in that passing lane right there, just making things uncomfortable for the Knights right now. And this little bit of danger zone for Coach Christner and his ball club. 3 minutes to play in this first half. Don't want Calvin to go on a little run here and stretch this to 12-15 going into the halftime locker room.
Neely, left side, just checking in along with DeKuyper to give their guards a breather. Harris has it working against McKinney. Good matchup there. Nice hesitation dribble. Tries to finish with a scoop around McKinney. No. Gabby Timmer kept it alive. Tipped it to Harris. And now what do we have? We're going to have a foul, kind of a kick motion contact. And who did they whistle? Don't have the number up yet, according to what the officials signaled there. It is going to be against Hope, and Sammy DeKuyper will trigger the inbounds for Kelvin underneath their own basket. It was working against Gabby Timmer, just kind of knocked her down. Going baseline, now nice lead for Gabby Timmer. Short jumper up and good, but that was set up by the penetration on the baseline and kick out by Dirksey.
Yeah, draw the defense, the double team. Eyes up, find your teammate. Textbook right there. Gabby Timmer finding the open gap. Automatic from the mid-range pull-up.
McKinney now offset right against Harris. Looked like they were clearing out for her. Now so swing it left side. Coming off the right wing is Kaiser. Nice lead back out to Majerus. Majerus trying to take Dirksey down low. Stuck in the paint. Nowhere to go. Back out to McKinney. Shot clock at 6. Off the mark. Gabby Timmer hauling down another rebound. We call her the human double-double. Outlet to Sammy DeKuyper. She's had a good first half as Gabby Timmer, the fifth-year senior, and now too much pressure on the push. McKinney. Coach Morehouse didn't like the call. He likes that physical style game. Pressure, pressure, pressure is Meg Morehouse coming back in. Sitting down will be Kaiser for Hope.
Only 2 team fouls for Hope in this second quarter, right? So, I mean, doing a great job getting their hands active, playing physical without fouling, and that's key when you play that up-tempo pace. You don't want to put the other team on the foul line and give them freebies.
Now Garner in, matched up with DeKuyper, giving McKinney a breather. At the 2 and change mark, down low. Gabby Timmer double team. They got someone coming from the backside every time, Drew, and she didn't see it again. This time as she tried to dribble penetrate baseline, they got to talk to her a little bit. Just dribbled it out of bounds because she wasn't expecting that backside help.
You get that double team, you got to find where that double came from. Keep your eyes up and then move that ball quickly. Otherwise, attack before the double team gets there. Make a quick move, get to the basket if you're Gabby Timmer.
Lob it to Feenstra. She lost it. Now Harris had it at her feet. Feenstra tried to dive down and get it, and just knocked Harris over, so she commits the foul. That's one of those you can live with Coach Morehouse, though. You want the aggressive playing. That's what I was going to say. They're so well taught in school that even coming off the bench, they are energy, high mode, ready to go. And it starts with defense to set up their offense.
Well, you know, if you play for Coach Morehouse and this specific team plays 9-10 deep,
right,
you're going to get your opportunity. You better leave it all out there and make the most of it, because leader in minutes for him plays about 21, 22 minutes a game.
Harris now trying to come off a screen from Rohr. Rohr just swings out to the right wing. They get it to her. Now back to Harris. Harris down the right side of the lane. Off balance jumper. Couldn't get it to go. Kind of a contorted her body. It almost got the finish off the window. Rolled around and out. And with the rebound for Hope was Majerus. She looked like she got hit in the face. Now comes into the offensive set. Morehouse gets it to her. Now back to Meg between the circles. 1:06 and ticking left to go first half. Going down the left side of the lane. Tough feed, though. Bagley trying to feed opposite to Feenstra. Knocked away by Calvin. Look at Timmer at 6'3", leading the break. Gets it to DeKuyper. DeKuyper's got Harris to her right. Wide open for a 3. Around and out. Couldn't finish it. Rebound cleared by Feenstra. Final 48 seconds of this first half, and it's been a good one. 34-27. Hope leads it by 7. Glad to have you along on the Hope Athletics YouTube channel with the live stream tonight. Nice finish on the left hand. Bagley down the left side of the lane. That's a veteran senior move right there for Claire Bagley.
Pretty finish there. Just on the spin move. Gets the defender on the hip and uses that left hand with a pretty kiss off the glass.
DeKuyper, 360 spin in the lane. Can't finish with a short jumper. Rebound taken down by Feenstra. And now Coach Morehouse saying shot clock off. Let's hold for the final shot. Final 15 seconds, 36-27. Can they make it double digits with their lead at the break? Hope College with the basketball up 9. Garner down to 5. Dribbles to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper. Rattles around and out. Wow. That was 3 quarters down, partner, but pops out. And they're going to say it's 0.0, but the horn didn't go off as it went out of bounds. Who was it last touched by? They're going to say that's the half.
At the half, your score, Hope College
so we didn't hear the horn, but nonetheless, double zeros up on the big scoreboard here at Hope College. So that's the way the first half ends as both teams head to the respective locker rooms. It's Hope 36, Calvin 27. You're listening to the Rivalry Series live right here on the Hope Sports Network.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
I chose Hope because of the ability to play softball, but also the small class sizes was appealing. Also, when I came to my visit, the community is just open with arms, ready to invite you in. The coaches here were great.
Hope's always been this incredible place that I've always been on the outside of. And then having the privilege to come in and then interact with the people inside of it, I learned very quickly that Hope wasn't defined by how incredible it was at the front door. It was really the people inside of it that made the environment that Hope was.
I would recommend Hope for a recruit because of the overwhelming support Hope has. Like I said, whether that's coming from your teammates who are my lifelong friends now, or if that's coaches who are sending you that text during the day, or if it's from professors, everybody's willing to go out of their way just to help you, and I don't think you get that at a larger school.
Coming into a support system of people who were really genuinely in it to see me succeed. Their mission was not about whether I came in and became a winning coach or whether I came in to, reinvent what Hope softball was. I mean, the giant mission was to bring me in and figure out how to support me and create a leader in me that created a leader that transformed the young women that I get to coach. They get that same support whether they walk into the athletic department or their academics. I mean, just having them interact with their professors and the support that they get to be student athletes, because I think it's lost in a higher education system of understanding that they have a lot on their plates. And they do their due diligence at the beginning of a season to make sure the professor knows what their world's about to look like, and they show up in the beginning and those professors show up in the end for them to help them feel supported. So when they're balancing athletics and academics, they know they can succeed on both sides because they have the support from both sides.
My professor, Dr. Turlington, who I currently have for inorganic chemistry for lecture and lab, has been a really great presence in helping me and encouraging me and learning chemistry, but also actually investing in who I am. I'll come to class and he'll be like, "Oh, how was practice?" or "Did you do that interview today?" And he'll just generally cares about who we are. He's very open about his life too, and so I feel like there's that open door where we can just talk about things outside of class, which is really helpful.
I was blessed with the opportunity to come in with 3 incredible seniors that had a strong foundation. They already knew what they wanted the program to be, and then it was my mission just to come in and bring what I wanted to bring to the program to the table, and then bring what they wanted to bring to the program, and then figure out how to put it all together. And I'm pretty excited about what we're creating. Hope does an incredible job of transforming the student athlete and upholding the incredible model of Division III, which is discover, develop, and dedicate. I think in athletics, in this day and age, it's so lost that their athletic commodity is what people are chasing, and they don't understand that behind that athletic commodity is a human who's trying to create their life. They're trying to find themselves. They're in an incredible phase in their life that they just need someone to find them as a human first, and then build on the fact that they're all incredible athletes.
I chose Hope because of of the ability to continue my athletic career, but also the academic rigor of the courses here. It had a good standing, and people know Hope College when you say it, so that was also appealing. And now, as I sit here 4 years later, I can finally see everything fold out into this is where I was meant to be, because I've met some of the most incredible people and mentors in my life.
Hope does it to the degree that they really genuinely put the human at the front door. I mean, it's at the base of what athletics is looking for. They're looking to transform the human. And that's from the very top of the athletic department. They don't, yes, winning matters because winning, it creates a successful human, but what matters most is they want to see lives change. They want to see people come into this athletic department and leave, impacting the world that they go into.
Back to halftime here at DeVos Fieldhouse, and I have a guy who wears many hats, by the way, to my right. It is 14th season, hard to believe. We go back to the days when you were the athletic director and I had to call you at Holland Christian High, but Hope College athletic director joining me right now, Tim Schoonfeld, and you can appreciate what your counterpart is going through because you did this for years, and Jim Timmer at Calvin, and the fact that you wear a coach hat at one time because you've done that here. This is your alma mater as a player, now athletic director, but also most importantly to you guys both, dads, and how fun is that?
You know what, it was a blast. It's funny, I just walked past Olivia Bostel's mom right coming over here, and we both said it's way less stressful when your kid's not playing. So that's great, but we had a great ride. It's been really fun. Our son's playing on the men's team, so that's been fun. Just feel really blessed to be a part of it, and I think when it's fun to celebrate your own accomplishments or doing things like that, but I think when you can see your kids succeed, like that's a pretty special deal.
So fun rivalry series with Hope and Calvin. I know you guys appreciate it, but just talk about what you do here and the beautiful campus you have, the facilities with this athletic department. I mean, that's a big thing that you're left in charge with, and you've done a great job with the student athlete experience, and you guys are going for your record 39th MIAA Commissioner Cup.
Yeah, I mean, we feel really blessed. So, I mean, I think, so much. Coach Van Wieren, the court's named after him, longtime men's coach, was in the office today, and just kind of reminded of sort of the legacy that's been passed down for a number of years of just like amazing people that are here. And so I think we're really just trying to continue to carry on the legacy and then sort of enhance in whatever way we can. And it's really fun, for me to watch. Coach Van Wieren, was here in the 70s and till now, and I think the number of people that he's touched that just kind of ripple out and some of that kind of stuff. So I think we're trying to do our part to be faithful, to God's call. Hope's an amazing institution. We got a great leader, great board, obviously great staff here with the live stream and Alan and different things. So I would say, it's not easy, but it makes it easy when you got a great staff.
When you look at your footprint, I mean, just looking at the women's roster, girls from Indiana, from Illinois, the Hope College footprint has been out there across the Midwest and beyond, and it's because of your academics and then the athletics piece at Division III. How fun is it to talk to people about Hope College? And obviously, when you come here as a student athlete or just a student, the placement that's going to happen for you afterwards in your job field.
Yeah, I mean, we would say we have 3 pillars in athletics right now, and we'd say academic success. Obviously, we want you to graduate, get a great job, be really successful, competitive excellence, like we're trying to win. Like we're not apologizing, it's not intramurals, it's not that type of thing, we're trying to win. But I think like beyond that, that's what every school in the country says that they're trying to do. And I think what we think differentiates Hope is what we'd say is transformational experiences. And we're really trying to transform the lives of men and women through sport, through research, through academics and those types of things. And I think that's really what we hope to get out there. I think we're trying to have a larger national footprint, and Matt Scogan's really doing that with the Hope Forward vision and different things that are going on out there. but it's really about changing lives. And I joke all the time, but for my two children who play sport at Hope, the two most influential people for them are their athletic trainers. And so I think it just again says, like, hey, the people here are special, and we just feel really blessed to kind of carry on that legacy of so many that have come before us.
So now my big question is, to end it, with kids not in the game, can you enjoy popcorn or something then in the second half?
Yeah, I can. We got a little donor reception up there, so I could at least have a hot dog or do something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a gift, and I mean, where else do you get? I mean, there's 2,000 people here tonight to watch a women's basketball game. I mean, that's pretty special on a Wednesday night. You got two nationally ranked teams. It doesn't get much better than that, and we're hoping we carry it out second half and finish it off.
Thanks to you and Jim for having Drew and I out. We have had a blast with the Rivalry Series. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for being here. It's been a gift to have you guys, so thank you.
Athletic Director at Hope College, Tim Schoonveld, joined us. We'll come back with more. The second half is around the corner here on the Hope Sports Network.
Sweating my tears, dedicated for years. I am my brother's keeper. I elevated my peers, made history with victory. It's our turn now. Let's go now. Can't slow down. Oh no now. It's a showdown, and we ready for it when it's time to go down. We'll never give it up. Always level up, never back down. It's our turn now. We will rise from the fire. We will rise from the flame. We will keep raising higher to the whole world knows our name. It's our turn now. Yeah. It's our turn now. It's our turn now. Greatest in the world, the best to ever do it. The stars in the future, we got the history to prove it. This is for legends in the making, on the path to be the greatest. Let no one take it, you got to rise up and face it. Embrace it like the feeling, you got to see it with a vision. Visualize winning and put the grind in and go get it. This is our moment, our turn, everything that we work for. Sacrifice for a long time, nothing else, we want more. We will rise from the fire. We will rise from the flame. We will keep raising higher till the whole world knows our name. It's our turn now.
Our special thanks again to Tim Schoonveld, Athletic Director at Hope College, joining me at halftime as we welcome you back. 36-27. Hope leads at the break as we're just getting set for second half action. We'll take you through the individual numbers scoring-wise with Drew and get his keys to second half in a minute. But a special shout-out tonight. We got the Vicksburg Pep Band in the house doing all of our live entertainment during the intermission and during the break. So thank you, Vicksburg High School Pep Band, for joining us here tonight for this one.
Yeah, they sound great. Let's take a look at the scoring. then Gabby Timmer leading the way for Calvin with 9. All 9 of those coming in that second quarter. And she was the only Knight to score in that second quarter. They were outscored 12-9 by the Flying Dutch. Sydney Cleary, Leah Harris really got off to a good start. Cleary with 8 in the first half, Harris with 6, and then for Hope, the 3 players that lead the way the entire season scoring led the way in the first half. Claire Bagley with 7, Savannah Feenstra with 6, and Ella McKinney with 7. And how about the depth we talked about for Coach Morehouse's team? Played 10 different girls. 9 of those 10 were in the scoring column in that first half.
You know, Sydney Cleary is one I'm looking at for Calvin. I'd like to get a little bit more out of Harris as well. But, you know, Gabby, as you mentioned, I wouldn't have realized she got all 9 of those, which leads the way for both sides in that second quarter. And for Hope, I just think you keep doing what you're doing, right? I mean, you can see a little bit the fatigue, and you'll see it more in the second half, that they're trying to wear on Calvin, just not as deep. Now, Calvin, to their credit, and Coach Christner, he's trying to go Sammy DeKuyper and some of these freshmen that he has just to, you know, try to buy some minutes, but that pressure has been relentless. And to me, that's been the difference, just number of possessions, which is the game for Coach Morehouse and Hope College.
Yeah, we talked about that, 10 turnovers, which Hope typically turns the opponent over about 22 times per game. So Calvin actually not doing a terrible job, but got to value the basketball, take advantage of every possession. And Gabby Timmer's got to get that basketball. When she gets it in there, go to work before that double team comes.
Calvin starts with the basketball, moving left to right on your TV screen back home. Just the opposite when we do the radio calls is now Gabby Timmer in the paint on the feet from Harris. Reach-in foul going to be called.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. Didn't hesitate and look where it was coming from, make a quick move, and they're putting the pressure on the defense, causing a quick foul.
Wow, that's a big one, too. That's Ella McKinney's 3rd. Keep an eye on that for Hope. Really no foul trouble situation until now to talk about. Harris is backing her way down. Turnaround jumper partially blocked that time by Kate Majerus. Both teams going with the original starting lineups for Calvin. It's Sydney Cleary, Valerie Dirksey, the sophomore, Leah Harris, Sarah Neely, and Gabby Timmer in the post. As Harris on the inbounds, left wing, the lob out. Now kick in the corner. There we go. Right on cue from what I talked about, partner, Sydney Cleary.
Yeah, she had it going, knocked down a couple threes in that first quarter, then went quiet in the second. They got to have her, Timmer, and Harris really carry that scoring load in the second half.
Her 3rd triple. She's got 11 now, and they try to dump it down low to Bagley. Thinking she had a clean steal with Sarah Neely in the post, knocked away, but they call her for the reach-in. So for Brian Morehouse and Hope to start the second half, Meg Morehouse, your point guard, Claire Bagley, the off guard, Kate Majerus, 1 forward, Ella McKinney, kind of a forward guard, and then Savannah Feenstra, their post player. And now an illegal screen going to be called. Who was that whistle against? Oh, it's going to be Bagley. That's only her 1st. The team's 2nd already on the board for Hope. We haven't even played a minute here in the 3rd quarter. Number 4 10-minute quarters for women's basketball, the college level. Cleary has it out between the rings. High screen from Gabby Timmer. Nice step in steal by Feenstra. Oh, Feenstra got away with a double dribble, and Coach Christner can't believe it. She even knew it. She just stopped dribbling and let a teammate come and get it. Wow. McKinney, nice spin and the block on the right side. Went with a fake to her left hand, then went back to her strong side right off the window.
Yeah, when you give Ella McKinney the entire right side of the floor to operate, she is just too good with the basketball, maneuvering her body, and we saw that in the first half as well.
She's got 9. Harris dribbles in to the free throw line. Kick out left side. Wow, off the glass. Sarah Neely. That's just a 2. 38-32, the lead back to 6. McKinney quickly up between the rings in the front court. They swing it around the horn. Majerus has it. She lost her contact in the first half. They were trying to find it at halftime down in the paint to our right. Can't get that one to go off the window. Rebound cleared by Gabby Timmer. Here's Cleary. Kicks right wing. That's Harris, watched by Morehouse. Both teams man-to-man pressure defense. Skip pass over. Oh, triple no good by Cleary. Good look by Harris.
Yeah, great skip pass right there. And Coach Christner will live with that shot all day from his sharpshooter.
He wanted it to go. That would have made it a 1-possession game. 38-32 Hope College. Morehouse with the drive, knocked away from behind by Cleary out of bounds. Last touch by Calvin. It'll stay with Hope. 7:43 left to go, 3rd quarter. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Your leading scorers in this one, Cleary with 11, Timmer with 9 for Calvin. Is inbounds to Bagley on the right block. Lost it as she went up, got it back, and finished on the other side of the paint with the left hand. crafty that time and counted by Bagley. She's got 9.
Having a nice game, and Claire Bagley always seems to find herself around the basketball and making positive things happen.
Oh, Harris with a nice pump fake, got Feenstra up in the air, but then way short of the scoop shot. Now a block that time coming over on the drive by Morehouse. Dirksey, and keeps it alive and in play. Outlets it to Cleary. Cleary on the lob to Timmer. Backside help, but it came flying by. Nice catch by Timmer and finish. McKinney couldn't get there to knock it away.
Yeah, how about the awareness, too, to hesitate, let the defender fly by, going for the steal, and then finishes it through traffic.
Coach Christner, you can hear him right in front of us with our mic for the broadcast, and he is animated, but his troops right now are responding 40-34, and here comes the hockey line change for Coach Morehouse. Bagley stays in there, but in is Carl Bloom. Morehouse will stay in. They're going to go with 2 point guards here. Jada Garner coming in. She had good minutes in the first half. And also in at the post is Kendall Sietsma. Sietsma sets a screen for Bagley, who comes across the paint, kicks it right wing to Carl Bloom. Now out to Morehouse. Her triple try way off the mark. Air ball. Calvin, good defense. If you're the Knights right now, we talked about this in the first meeting. It was a 6-point affair in favor of Hope. You just want to get it to the fourth quarter, final 10 minutes where it's within striking distance.
No question, and pressure is on Hope, being on their home floor and number 6 in the country, winning 15 straight against their rivals. So get this thing into the fourth. Give yourself a chance.
High, low, beautiful that time. Dirksey to Timmer on the right side. And a nice finish with the right-hander offhand for Gabby Timmer on the right block. Boy, that high-low, so pretty with the execution there. Bagley kicks in the corner, triple try, halfway down, but popped out for Carl Bloom. Good offensive rebound, though, by Garner. Smallest play on the floor. Now Carl Bloom with the drive. Gabby Timmer with a block out of bounds. It'll stay with Hope on the far end. Freshman Rianne Rohrer checking in out of Ludington. Dirksey gets a high five from her head coach. 40-36, boy, just as good as it was the first time around, partner. Meg Morehouse coming off a high screen on the inbounds. Nothing there. Cut off, kicks it back out to Garner. Garner in the paint, needs help. Good defense by Cleary. Shot clock down to 7. Bagley, right side on the right elbow. Trying to back down Harris. Throwing in traffic, went through Timmer's legs. And now jump ball situation, but are they going to go shot clock? They are. Shot clock violation. It'll be Calvin basketball. Now, what Coach Morehouse is saying, because this is interesting, the possession arrow, if they say jump ball, would have stayed with Hope. Otherwise, it goes to Calvin. There wouldn't be much time left on the clock. Keep that in mind, but they might get a second here. They're talking about it. 5:57 left to go, third quarter.
I think the officials had it right the first time.
Yeah, I think jump ball right, and it goes with Hope with the possession arrow. Sydney Cleary with 11. Gabby Timmer with 13 to lead Calvin. In there right now, Claire Bagley with 9 points to lead the way. Coach Christner's now saying, well, if they're going to talk about it, Coach Mo's called his players over. I'm going to huddle our players up. 4-point game. Let's see what the call is here. It's bang, bang as far as the shot clock going off, and now we're going to get explanation. Okay, they don't have tenths of a second here on the shot clock at DeVos Fieldhouse. So the head official's coming over and saying we've got to put it at 1 because it probably was a little bit less than that.
Absolutely. Definitely tenths of a second.
Right. But here's the thing.
And that's big because, I mean, with 1 second, I mean, you can catch and shoot where.
1 on the shot clock. Hope will inbounds. Meg Morehouse underneath her own basket. But the possession stays with Hope. They lose it now on the possession arrow. Skip pass out. Oh, and Gabby Timmer got a piece on the block. Rebound Rohrer. Hands off to Cleary, and here we go into the front court. 2-possession game, just a 4-point contest, 40-36, and now coming over the top was Bagley, knocked it away from Harris.
But the block, though, by Timmer, I mean, she is just always around the basketball, right? And the timing never seems to be in foul trouble. Uses her long reach, doesn't use the body, especially on the interior. Really impressed with her timing and activity on the defensive end.
Bagley, by the way, and Morehouse going to come out into the ball game for Hope. Keegan Kaiser, and also back in is McKinney. Rohrer has the top of the key to Harris. Extra swing in the corner. to Cleary. Down low on the block. Timmer going to work, trying to finish with the left hand. No. Gets her own rebound, and before she went back up on the floor, a foul. I'm impressed with her footwork, how quick she is and quick off the ground, like you alluded to, with that 6'3" frame and the long reach, and being a left-hander, which is awkward for a lot of people to guard.
Good job by Kelvin there, seeing the isolation by Timmer and getting her the basketball where she can operate.
Cleary into Harris. Left corner, matched up with McKinney. Rohr faked the screen, then tried to drop down low on the block. Now wants it. Lob pass over to Rohr. Tried to, I think, get back to Timmer at the high post.
Yeah,
And she
just
wasn't
got
there.
up in the air and tried to make a pass and kind of caught herself behind the basket.
Garner, nice step through on the spin. No. Feenstra with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled by Gabby Timmer. How about Garner with that nice job of putting Sarah Neely in the washer and dryer that time, spun out of the other side. That was a strong move by the point guard, Jada Garner. So Feenstra fouled, whistled against Timmer, I believe, her first. Knocking it down, Savannah Feenstra. How impressive she was in that first meeting. We talked about the big 2 or 3 for each side. Feenstra, 20 points and 9 rebounds. I think she was our player of the game in that win for Hope back in November. Got the second one, 42-36. Approaching the 5-minute mark, left to go into third.
Feenstra, I love her on the interior. She just battles. She's got a shiner on her cheek right now and up to the task against Gabby Timmer on the inside.
Couple of freshmen there matching up against each other. Carl Bloom against Rohr. Now Carl Bloom coming over. Oh, they're going to wave it off on the runner finish with the left hand as she hit the deck. Oh, and they're going to call traveling? Wow. Coach Christner can't believe it.
After the jump ball, shot clock violation not going his way. Cannot be happy right now.
We'll see if we can get a look at that when we come back with our replay, but right now media timeout. 4:51 left to go into third. Hope just a 6-point advantage at home, 42-36 over Calvin. We'll come back with more after this on the Hope Sports Network.
My name is Shay, and I have a condition that I take a medication that's made out of human plasma.
Hi, Shay. Welcome to BioLife. We take the generous gift of these donors in order to make these therapies. We make it safe, fast, and easy.
You know, you're compensated for your time while you're coming in and donating.
I just really wanted to thank you for your donation because y'all do change lives. Y'all really do. And I'm thankful for that.
Tonight's live stream broadcast here on Hope Athletics YouTube channel being brought to you by our rivalry sponsors, Sound Off Signal, MVP, Heisman Flowers, Michigan ENT, and BioLife. And there you saw the picture of yours truly and Drew Knights courtside for this one. How about this crowd? 2,237 to watch this one tonight. Second largest Division III women's crowd this season. Hope had the one earlier, January 11th, 3,300 plus here against Adrian.
I mean, these two fan bases certainly support their troops, and pulling in the parking lot, trying to find a spot. I mean, what an atmosphere here. Got the pep band going, as we mentioned, and some great action here. I think this one's going to go down to the wire, partner.
Yeah, almost to the halfway point, actually just under it now. After this possession by Hope is the 3-ball, a little long that time by Carson Carlbloom. Rebound Calvin. But 4:32 left to go in the third. We've got a 2-possession game, 42-36. Calvin trying to push there. Knocked away by Hope out of bounds. Knights going to inbounds right in front of head coach Christner and their bench. Cleary has it. Matched up with Garner. Rohr stays into the freshman, battling fellow freshman Carl Bloom for Hope. They have it right now at the top. Rohr swings it right side, kind of late on that pass. McKinney going to be called for running into Emma Whitty. Of course, the homestanding crowd doesn't like that, but that's a big one. That's number 4 for one of their senior leaders, McKinney. She can't believe it. With 4:21 left to go in the third, how long did she sit, Drew?
And she's been a little snake bit, had a couple ticky-tack fouls in this game, but sometimes that's the way it goes. I mean, I think with the depth, that's what you have to rely on right here. I mean, this is what you've been preparing for. One of your stars goes out with foul trouble, kind of that next man up mentality, and Hope certainly up for the task. But Ellen McKinney's going to have to spend some time, maybe the rest of this quarter for sure, and probably the first couple minutes, if not the first half of the fourth quarter.
Sophomore from Grand Rapids Christian, Emma Whitty, splits the pair. Missed the first, got the second. But keep an eye on McKinney out with that fourth personal. How long will she sit? 42-37. Garner, nice change of pace and crossover that time. Driving down the left side of the lane, and she draws the contact for a foul. She'll get a couple. By the way, with the quarter situation, if you're wondering, you know, in 20-minute halves or in high school basketball, even with the quarters, the 7th personal foul gets a team shooting the bonus, then the double bonus at 10. Well, in girls for quarters, because it's shorter, 5 personal fouls get you into the bonus. And that last one, the reason Calvin shot, was the 5th one against Hope in the third quarter. Garner calmly knocking down the first, high arching shot, too strong in the second, tipped around and grabbed by Sydney Cleary for Calvin. 43-37. Knights hanging around again like they did back in November. 6-point win for Hope on the road there. And this would be a big win for Hope at home because of the MIAA conference situation. Gabby Timmer with the 16-footer. No, that one pops out, and now stolen from behind. Bagley, no one called Wolf on the backside. But she got bailed out because Whitty couldn't control it. Goes out of bounds off of Calvin, but she was stripped from behind. Never saw the defender coming.
Yeah, that's when your teammates got to step up and sort of watch your back. But fortunate there for Hope. They're going to maintain the possession.
Gabby going to come out. 3:45 for Calvin. Get a breather. My point, though, being when you look at the schedules remaining, just 3 games left after action tonight. You've got Trine at 10-2, Hope at 10-2. Backdoor cut. Oh, the defender fell down. Oh, not taking advantage of it that time was Majerus. I think she had an easy bucket if she just went up with it. Shot clock down at 10. Bagley gets a high screen from Feenstra. Coming over, good switch by Whitty. Now going down. Whitty got a piece of that one going up, and then on the floor. Look at Coach Christner. That was a tough one. Feenstra, they're going to say on the gather going back up, was fouled. And I have to agree with Coach Christner. The way this was been called, and the officials have done a tremendous job. I think that one might have been a play on. I don't know for sure.
Almost
Feenstra had it.
almost a loose ball right there.
Right. Feenstra on the inbounds. Out top. Now they try to get it in the corner to free Garner. Kaiser, though, nothing there. Good defense. Man-to-man pressure by Calvin. Bagley. Left corner, Majerus. Matched up with Dirksey. Deflected, and coming out of there with it is Leah Harris in the front court. Leah left side to Cleary. Remember, Gabby not in there, but they still go high-low. Roar! The freshman off the nice feed from Valerie Dirksey.
Yeah, fantastic high-low, especially with their superstar Gabby Timmer on the bench. The bigs on the inside making some plays.
Rianne Rohr, the former Oriole. Now the triple try by Majerus. No. Garner got the rebound as she went around Cleary. Cleary saying, wait a minute. I got that clean, but they're going to call her for a reach-in. And that's going to be her second, team's 4th, so not a shooting foul yet. Hope will have to inbounds underneath their own basket with 2:39 left to go. Morehouse going to come back in. Kaiser checking out. So, Drew, getting back to my point, when you look at it, Trine has to go to Calvin on Saturday. So not only does Calvin have to play a co-leader or tri-leader tonight, they got to come back and regroup, and Trine beat them earlier in the season at Trine. So Calvin's got the tougher road. Hope wins here tonight. They're certainly in the driver's seat to try to win this thing outright.
Yeah, no question. And it's absolutely what their goal was at the start of this season, right? Obviously coming in very highly ranked and looking to accomplish that goal again of winning that MIAA, and one step closer with the win here tonight.
Garner got that second free throw. She's got 6 on the night. Gabby Timmer back in after the short breather. 2:36 and ticking left to go, third quarter. 45-39. It's kind of stuck at 6. The difference between Hope and Calvin so far in this quarter. Timmer way out top, bothered by Feenstra. Good defense by Savannah. Now handoff Harris. Harris gets to the right elbow. Oh, short-armed it. Running it down is Meg Morehouse. Leah'd like to have that back. She had a good look. Now up ahead, Morehouse to Feenstra, goes up. Oh, partially blocked, but they're going to say Dirksey got her on the arm and with the body. But there's that constant fast break transition, and Morehouse, good look down the floor that time.
And that's what she does, right? We saw her score a little bit off the backboard, top of the key 3 in that first half, but really she's the leader of this team on the offense, getting everybody in their positions and setting her teammates up. Great full-length pass there in transition, setting Feenstra up to go to the line for 2.
Savannah Feenstra. It's got 9. Another one upcoming, 46-39. How about high-level basketball at the Division III level for women's hoops as Savannah gets them both? She's got 10 now in the night. I mean, 19-2 versus 18-3 coming in. Number 6 in the country, according to D3Hoops.com, against number 17 in Calvin. Gabby Timmer flashed at the free throw line, left it short. That's 2 that have been short. You wonder if fatigue starts to play a factor here for Calvin.
It's almost she's rushing it a little bit, right? She's had a couple good looks, and I don't know if it's the pressure defensive hope where she wants to get it off knowing a double team's going to come, but be patient.
Bagley, kick out, and this crowd was ready to erupt, and now they will. Triple up and good by Kate Majerus. Starting to feel it now as the lead is built to 9, 50-39. Calvin's got to try to get their foot off the pedal here, and what do we have? Hitting the deck is Valerie Dirksey. Oh, they're going to call her with the push, trying to get the basketball. She's saying, wait a minute, I hit the deck and came up with the ball, but they're going to say, hold on, as the officials talk. Did they get the wrong 14? Because there is another 14 out there, so what do we got? Was it a foul or not? Because if it's a foul, they're right. It should be a 1-on-1 situation. Backcourt violation, they say. Oh, in the backcourt with a foul. Bagley kicks out. Garner, air ball. Feenstra underneath. Good defense, but no. Gabby Timmer. How did Feenstra get that to go? Around Timmer, up and under, high off the board, and it drops, and a foul against Gabby.
Samantha Feenstra, just a gamer. I mean, just battling all night long against Gabby Timmer, and will not be denied. Got that up through the outstretched arms of Gabby Timmer,
wow,
which is no easy task. And
there we see the replay, and we still don't know what happened on that last possession for Calvin as Dirksey hit the deck, and you can see her reaction. Meanwhile, Savannah Feenstra trying to convert the three-point play. No, rebound Gabby Timmer.
Yeah, and you talk about the spurt ability of Hope. I mean, right? It was just a 6-point game, now stretched out to 13.
Now remember, this is a team coming in that averages 90 points per game 4 times this season. They went over the 100 mark, so this is definitely Calvin's pace, but you got to be careful with 112 left to go as this thing has leaked out to a 13-point advantage, 52-39. Was a whistle now against Hope, and again, both teams in the bonus the rest of this quarter. So free throws upcoming for Sarah Neely. First free throw good. Both teams very good with their free throws team-wise, let alone their individuals that stand out. But Sarah, a 5'6" guard out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, all the way to Calvin University. Second one pops out, battle for the rebound, and what do we got? Savannah Feenstra going to be called, so Gabby Timmer now will get 2. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Coach Christner and Calvin.
Chance for a 3-point possession here. Gabby Timmer could step up and knock him in, and that's what they need. Try to get this to a single-digit ball game going into the quarter break.
Tonight's live stream broadcast with myself and Drew Nitro and our crew being brought to you here on the Hope College Athletics YouTube channel by the anchor partners of LVC Financial Planning, Lighthouse Title Group, as Timber gets the first, and Holland Board of Public Works. Second one off the heel, no good. Rebound run down by Meg Morehouse. Final 1:05 left to go here, third quarter. Critical for both teams, 52-41. Bagley down the left side of the lane. Just kind of short-armed that one. I don't know if someone got a piece. And now Body's hitting the deck. Great effort. Feenstra down there, Timber down there. And it has been from the opening tap. Just one that you appreciate as far as not only the emotion, because you can see it when there's calls made or whatever, but just the passion and intensity these ladies are playing with on both sides tonight.
We know. I mean, there's no hiding it. This rivalry certainly means something, and
Steal by Morehouse on the breakout. Back to the way. Dirksey tries to run her down. Nothing doing. Good steal by Meg out top. And a big bucket there. Pushes the lead back out to 13. Good hustle though by Dirksey after the steal, trying to get back to defend. Final 34 seconds. About a 10-second differential with the shot clock. 31 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Gabby Timmer trying to back her way down against Feenstra. Nice job. Goes with her left hand, then back to her weekend. The right with the finish down the lane.
Sweet finish. Gabby Timmer doing all she can to get her first win against Hope.
She's having a big night, Gabby Timmer. 16, by the way, leads all scores in this one. Morehouse coming off a high screen, kicks back out. Majerus fakes the three, gets in the paint, back out to Morehouse. Final 2 seconds, lets it fly. Can't get that one to go, and that's the way the third quarter ends. Hope got a good look, and they lead it by double digits, headed to the final 10 minutes of this one. After 3 quarters of play here at DeVos Fieldhouse, our score, Hope 54, Calvin 43, and you're watching and listening to it live right here on the Hope Athletics YouTube channel and the Hope Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Seth Palmer, an ears, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 2002 graduate of Hope College.
And I'm Dr. Rich Straving, a fellow ear, nose, and throat physician at Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialist and a 1996 graduate of Calvin University.
Hope fan
or Calvin fan,
we are on the same team serving your needs.
With 6 locations throughout West Michigan,
we've got your medical concerns covered.
Give the gift of flowers from Heisman Flowers, offering green plants, tabletop centerpieces, and breathtaking floral arrangements of all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Celebrate your next event with us or give a gift to that special someone. Offering nationwide same-day flower delivery. Visit us online at HeismanFlowers.com.
Well, Drew, Hope winning that one, but another tight quarter, 18-16, and it was Hope early. Give Calvin credit with some free throws coming back to make it just a 2-point advantage, and after 3, it's an 11-point lead for Hope, 54-43. By the way, Hope has won 15 straight in this rivalry. That's the longest winning streak on the Hope side, trying to make it 16 tonight. And for Mark Christner and Calvin, they're trying to get rid of this drought where you go back to 2017 in late February, last time to beat Hope on the women's side.
Yeah, it's just difficult for Calvin right now in this rivalry. I mean, in that third quarter, doing a great job on defense, holding Hope to 26% shooting. But Hope living at the free throw line, 7 of 9 from the line in that third quarter. Again, Hope getting 6 more shots, 19 shots in that third quarter to just 13.
Backdoor pass, beautiful Timmer to Neely, who got the block on the other end that time on the drive against Kaiser.
It's got to be Sydney Cleary and Gabby Timmer in this fourth quarter for Calvin if they want to pull off this comeback.
Nice up and under and a finish with a left-hand step through Raven Jemison. The East Kentwood Falcon product in there to start the fourth quarter for Coach Mo.
A nice move there. Unlikely scoring source for the Flying Dutch, but Coach Morehouse will take it.
Back the other way. Count it, and a block that time on the drive. Claire Bagley is going to pick up the personal. And how about the aggressiveness right now of Sarah Neely? Turning up her game in the second half. We talked about other contributors was going to be the difference here because the main stars kind of X each other out. And you got McKinney, remember, who's sitting on the bench still with those 4 personal fouls. She got that late in the third quarter.
Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, what was this Hope team going to do? They certainly rallied to the occasion. Their superstar sitting on the bench, and they extended this lead out to double digits for that 4-minute stretch while she had a seat.
Neely converts a 3-point play, and don't look now, but she's got 10. Nice game for Sarah Neely. 56-48. Calvin hanging around. 8:59 left to go in this one. Bagley dribbles down the lane with the left hand. Kick out. 3 ball on the way. No by Kaiser. Good effort to run it down, though. Majerus, and then knocked away by Rohrer. Back in there for Coach Christner. They just kind of need her down low with the size and physicality of Hope. Rohrer can match that as Cleary going to get a short blow here at the start of the fourth, and she'll go the stretch run. In for her, Sammy DeKuyper. DeKuyper gets Morehouse. Morehouse drives, kicks out in the corner. Majerus now cut off by Rohrer baseline. Morehouse scoots to Bagley. Bagley against Timmer on the right block, almost traveled. Kicked it out. Kaiser right around her defender. Nice lead for Jemison. Jemison goes up, and they're going to get Gabby Timmer with the body. I think a good call by the official on Jemison. She got the clean block up top, but she pushed with the other arm as Jemison tried to go into her. Didn't see Raven Jemison in the first meet. I think she was out with an injury, and she can give them some post minutes.
She's given some nice minutes, and I think the freshman Keegan Kaiser, she's going to be a good one for Coach Morehouse. Really strong athlete, nice drive and drop off right there, creating that play for her teammate.
Well, you talked about trust. If you're playing right now in the fourth quarter in a game like this, Coach Mo trusts you. She's got ability. Jemison knocking them both down. Big for Raven.
Yeah, 4 for her in this fourth quarter.
Nice answer. Again, another player stepping up when called upon. 58-48 to Kuiper over to Harris. Her defender fell down. 3-ball from the left wing. Couldn't dial it up off the front rim. Rebound hauled down by Keegan Kaiser. Up ahead to Morehouse. Morehouse now to Majerus. Majerus on the baseline, and Coach Christner saying that's going to be a travel. She slid on the floor, and Coach Mo, to save the possession, I think got the timeout. It is. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. So we'll see if we're going to keep it here or not. It is going to be it's a full timeout. So they're going to say immediate timeout. So we will step aside as well. 8:13 left to go in the fourth quarter here from DeVos Fieldhouse on the campus of Hope College. In our score, the lead is 10 in favor of the Flying Dutchman. Hope 58, Calvin 48. We'll come back with more after this timeout on the Hope Sports Network.
Whether you're building your dream home, buying a fixer-upper, or downsizing, the process can feel overwhelming. Let the local team at Lighthouse Title help the closing process be one less worry. Just ask your real estate professional or lender to close at Lighthouse Title. To learn more about how we are involved in our 35 communities or to ask us any questions about the process, visit us online at lighthousetitle.net.
Hey, don't forget one more go-around in the 4-game rivalry series between Hope and Calvin with the different YouTube channels depending on who is the host school. Calvin University Athletics will have 7:30 the start time next Wednesday night for the men's rematch. Looking forward to that one, Drew, at Van Noord Arena.
And Hope's going to certainly be fired up, I would imagine, after what happened on this floor about a month ago.
And now Gabby Timmer off the miss by Morehouse on the runner across the lane. She points to herself as she's talking to her dad. Gabby Timmer got the rebound and a foul whistled against Hope. And now line change again. Nice minutes for Jemison checking out. Claire Bagley, the senior out of Forest Hill Central. Garner back in. So they have Feenstra and Garner, Majerus, Morehouse, and also the freshman, like you talked about, Keegan Kaiser. Get a lot of minutes here down the stretch. Rohr wants to post up on the block, gets it left side. Now double teamed, and oh man, close to a travel, got bailed out. Meg Morehouse came on the backside to help and gets called for the reach-in foul.
Rohr, though, on the inside, she's had some nice minutes, holding her ground and putting a lot of pressure on that defense. She's going to be a good player for a while here for Coach Christner.
Shot putter and throws the discus for Calvin track and field. Rohr runs it down on the throw out, almost a turnover by the Knights. With the basketball, Neely dribbling out front. Harassed by Kaiser down the left lane. And a nice finish with her left hand. That's her offhand. How about Sarah Neely? 12 points now. A lot of those coming in the second half. Strong move with her offhand. 58-50. Left side. Look at the three, but didn't take it. Carl Bloom now. Garner with a left-handed finish to answer. Back the other way, working against Alyssa Garner.
Yeah, just way too easy right there if you're Calvin. Straight line drive for Garner with the offhand. Nice finish there.
Now a steal. Kaiser coming up with a rip as they try to get to the left wing to Neely, who's been the hot hand. She anticipated, then just stole it from behind. Another look here. Morehouse as they spread, and Morehouse right around her defender puts it up and in.
Again, just the athleticism, the backcourt for Hope. Garner, now Morehouse, direct drive, and just a backbreaker in this fourth quarter.
Traffic around Gabby Timmer, tried to skip opposite, got it deflected. Steal by Kaiser. Hope turning it up a notch here in the fourth quarter. 6:40 left to go on this one. The lead is 12. Flying Dutch with the basketball. They swing it right side. Kaiser. Kaiser against Neely. Wants to drive. Now hit the deck and just fell out of bounds. Good defense holding her own by Neely. As Harris about to check back in along with Dirksey, a couple of starters. Sarah Neely going to come out. Gabby Timmer, you know it's going to be a short blow here for the stretch run. 62-50. What are you looking at right now if you're Calvin with Timmer out? And Neely was hot. They were going to her. Maybe Roar for this look?
Yeah, Roar or Cleary, maybe get her going from beyond the arc as we saw early in that first half and then early again in the second half, but she's been a little quiet outside of that. So
big here. 6:22 left to go in the game. McKinney coming back with those 4 personals. Kaiser will go out. By the way, Feenstra just picked up her third trying to defend on the inbounds into Roar. She has her pushed off the left elbow here. Roar skip pass to Cleary. Cleary one-on-one with Garner. See if they get a screen for her. She can hit the 3. Cleary, hesitation dribble, pulls up. Oh, smooth. 12-footer along the baseline for the senior.
Yeah, tough shot. Just putting the defender on her heels, stopping on a dime. That 12-foot pull-up from the corner. Tough shot there by Sydney Cleary.
She is tough. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Reset the scene, Drew. 6:06 left to go in this one. Down the stretch of DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope leads it by 10, 62-52. Eerily similar, I think, to the first go-round. 62-56 back on November 30th at Van Noort Arena. Hope pulls it out. But Calvin outscored them in the fourth quarter 16-13. They're going to need a little more than that even in this one. But again, I talk about the pace. I mean, Calvin doing a really good job here. This is probably going to end up in the 70s and 60s maybe.
Yeah, and that's what they want, right? They just can't get over that hump, right? You talked about it that first meeting. It was a 6-8 point game most of that way. Same situation here. They got it down to 8, and then Hope comes back with a couple great drives by their backcourt and back and forth action, but they just can't dig into that deficit.
I mentioned how incredible it is for Hope College on the women's side, averaging 90 points per game. I mean,
I had to double take. I know they were averaging 90 when we had them back in November, but they had only played 4 or 5 games, and at this stretch of the season to still be averaging 90 points, it's unbelievable.
Well, 4 times they've gone over the 100-point mark, and they just did it this past Saturday at St. Mary's in Indiana, 109-62. Wow. They had a game that I believe they scored 143 in the opener. 143. I know my partner could fill it up back in the day.
That's my kind of offense.
Yeah, for Tom Izzo, but
I love that out of Coach Morehouse. Let his girls, give them freedom, give them all the green light, and if you got the open shot, let it go.
Do you ever remember scoring 100 at MSU?
We scored 100 on my senior night against Indiana.
Of course you're gonna
103-70, I believe.
That was sweet to kiss the court.
Yeah,
then, right?
Absolutely. Indiana was pretty good, and what a way to end my career with hanging 100 points.
Well, you think of the seniors as we go down the stretch here. Just 2 weeks left in the regular season in the MIAA tournament. Stick around for that. Kick out. 3! Knocking it down. How about that shot for the freshman Carson Carlbloom out of Illinois?
Yeah, her second triple on the night, and we talk about that green light, right? Coach Morehouse, supreme confidence in all of his girls. If you got that shot, there's no hesitation. Let it fly.
Trying to answer was Alyssa Carner. Air ball, she'll check out. So will Roar, the freshman. Now they're going to go back with Gabby Timmer for the stretch run. Cleary in there, also coming back with Sarah Neely, who's a senior. Out of Colorado, has played well. 12 points in this one. Has to defend Bagley now. Gets in the paint, kicks opposite Feenstra. Timmer just held her ground. Good job. Comes up with a rebound on the miss.
Great defense there by Timmer. Again, holding her ground, as you mentioned, partner. Making things difficult on the inside.
Now they try to get to Timmer, and Feenstra with a steal. Now Timmer, as you see in the deck, tries to knock it away from her, and she's going to commit the foul. Good job by Savannah Feenstra. So athletic in the post. And that's a tough entry pass that time, trying to get it to your post player way out. Now Gabby Timmer going to come out. She's got 4. Yeah, and can't sit long.
If you're Calvin right now, being down 13, you got to say, hey, we need 3 stops, 3 buckets. A lot easier said than done when you're trying to stop a team that averages 90 points per night. But 3 stops, 3 buckets get you right back in this game.
McKinney down the left side, can't finish it. Look at Feenstra just follow. She picks and then rolls and is right there in perfect rebounding position. And that time on the McKinney miss, grabbed it. Remember, there's no Timmer in there. And she goes to work and draws the foul. So free throw situation coming up here for Hope. 65-52. They lead it by 13 and will try to ice this thing away at the free throw line. Deep knee bend and Feenstra knocks it down. She's got 13 now, trying to assert herself. Remember, she was one of their stars in the victory. 20 points for her, 22 for McKinney in the first meeting. Too strong on the back iron, but look at Claire Bagley dig it out and they'll reset.
That's what she does. She's that ultimate glue player. Not only can she score, but does all the dirty work, always around the basketball.
Oh, Carl Bloom got it blocked from behind. I tell you what, defensively, I like Dirksey. She's a nice little post player to go with Timmer. Neely, hesitation dribble. Nice finish. Wow. Reaching out and off the window of the right hand on the left side of the lane.
A sweet finish right there.
Just went baseline and kissed it off the glass. That was a tough angle. 66-54. Calvin not going away. And Coach Morehouse realizes it and wants to take a timeout with 4:26 left to go. Full timeout. We'll step aside as well. The lead is 12 down the stretch in this one. Hope 66, Calvin 54. And you're watching and listening to all the action live on the Hope Athletics YouTube channel, otherwise known as the Hope Sports Network.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
So welcome you back courtside, and I don't want to steal your thunder, partner, because you had this in our pregame leading into our tip-off tonight, but 4:26 away with a 12-point lead of win number 20 on the season. If Hope College can do it tonight, and for how many consecutive seasons?
25 consecutive seasons. I think that puts me, not to date myself, but I think I would be 12 or 13 at that point. So
unbelievable. If Coach Morehouse can do it, he's looking for win number 49 against his rival Calvin. And on the other side, we talked about Mark Christner hasn't been at it as long, but he's still looking for his first win against the powerhouse that is known as Hope College women's basketball.
Yeah, I mean, impressive run. And I mean, I hate to say it, but you know, the domination in this rivalry, right? I mean, 15 straight and looking to make it 16 tonight. I mean, there's no hiding that. I mean, tremendous job.
Yet Calvin was so dominant when this first started, and they played women's basketball in the MIAA.
Yeah, it's been a rivalry of different eras, right? I mean, Calvin, I think, still holds the. Now, some of the listeners, if I don't have that stat correct, but I think they still own the outright advantage in this rivalry.
Yes, they do. 71-63. This is the 135th meeting tonight. Oh, nice block by Dirksey, and the shot clock will go off as Majerus tried to attempt the three. Good defense by Calvin. Gabby Timmer will check back in with the 4 personals. Remember, McKinney is playing with the 4 for Hope. Dirksey will check out. Great defense that time, and all night long, really, for Valerie Dirksey for Calvin.
Yeah, that was a great block. I mean, a lot of ball, almost a volleyball swat right there. You can hear it from where we're sitting.
Final 4 minutes of this one. 66-54. Calvin down 12, but with the basketball. Don't forget, stay with us for post-game coverage. I'll be courtside with the winning coach and player, no matter who it is, coming up in our broadcast. Stick around for that. Nice job. Harris dribble in the paint, freed herself, but just missed the little 6-footer. Rebound cleared out of there defensively by Kate Majerus.
And at some point here, Calvin, they're going to have to pick that pressure up. I know that athletes and great ball handlers in that backcourt for Hope, but going to have to try to turn over the Flying Dutch, get out in transition, get some easy ones, and start pressing if they want to get back in this game.
It's been a tough night for Leah Harris, and I bring that up because she was so pivotal in them sticking around in the first meeting. She's only got 6 on the night. She's going to check out. Emma Whitty will check in. 66-54. Ball was knocked out of bounds, so Hope now to inbounds. McKinney gets into Morehouse. 13 on the shot clock. Morehouse crossover, now crosses back the other way, left side. Cut off. Good defense by Neely. Now Garner around the horn to Feenstra. Feenstra against Timmer. Timmer tries to back off. Cuts her off baseline. Got to fire it, and they won't get it off. Another good defensive series for Calvin. And boy, that typical of Hope College there with those offensive sets. They get a shot block and now a shot clock violation in the last two sets.
Yeah, you want to be patient at this stage of the game, but definitely don't want to be not getting a shot up. Good defense by Calvin. See if they can capitalize on it and get a bucket here.
Need to get at least a 2 is now Coach Christner not happy with the set. Good pressure defense by Garner against Cleary. 3 minutes left to go, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. We mentioned the men coming up with the rematch. That'll be next Wednesday night from Van Noort Arena, 7:30 approximate tip-off. That means 7:20 with the live stream, and that'll be on the Calvin University Athletics YouTube channel. Remember, it depends on who the host school is. Drew and I will be courtside for that one, and I'll tell you, the Hope men kind of having a tough go this season. 56-43. They had a game against Trine, who's one of the leaders in the MIAA, but a tough one. Hope lost in double overtime way back at the start of the MIAA season, and they lose by 13 here tonight, 56-43 at home.
Yeah, it's been a tough stretch, but I know they'll be fired up for the rivalry, as we mentioned. Not their best performance when we saw them here in that first matchup with the Knights, but going to Van Noort Arena, they'll be ready to play, and Calvin having a nice season. Uchenna Egakiza, Jalen Overway on the inside, leading the MIAA in scoring. Have an outstanding freshman season.
Well, they get it down low to Timmer. Coach Christner thought she was hit as she went up. Couldn't finish that time. Rebound Hope. 66-54, 2:40 and ticking left to go, and now illegal screen against Meg Morehouse. We went from Coach Christner saying that's a foul to Coach Morehouse saying, what? You're going to call that as a foul?
Yeah, maybe a makeup call right there. Yeah, it's very real in college basketball. And
Harris over to Neely. Oh, halfway down, pops out. Rebound Meg Morehouse. Well, they got a good look. And she's been the hot hand, Neely, in the second half for Calvin. Harris has been great with her skip passes tonight, freeing up her teammates to get some good looks. Just couldn't convert. 66-54. Majerus down on the ground, gets it over to McKinney, and now a foul. Going to be whistling against Gabby Timmer, and that'll be it. Her 5th personal with 2:12 left to go. Tough one as she's bodying to the post for position, and now Coach Christner going to call his team over. So Timmer fouls out with 2:12 left to go. Big loss for Calvin now. And you know Hope was trying to go to work on that. Remember, McKinney for Hope is still playing with those 4 personals. She picked up with about 3 minutes and change left to go in the 3rd quarter. So they're going to come back with Dirksey. But what a night again for Gabby Timmer. And you talked about for these seniors or 5th-year players, their final go-around. They hope to meet again in the MIAA tournament.
Yeah, just another chance, another opportunity. That's all you can ask for. But yeah, that's tough. You don't hear that kind of record in a rivalry too often. But got to give credit to Hope. They've been dominant.
Feenstra backing down. The freshman roarer kicks out. McKinney for 3. Right in front of the Duke Crew student section. They like that, and that's a big one. 69-54. She's got 12 points on the night. Cleary, right wing, skip pass over to Harris. She'll dial up the 3. They need it, can't get it off the front rim. Rebound McKinney. And now Hope going to play a little keep away, but Harris trying to dig it out. Ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to say off of Calvin right in front of the Knights section. They can't believe it. Harris going to come out, 1:39 left to go. Remember, with a win here tonight, not only 20 wins on the season to just 2 losses, but they would improve to 11-2. At least tied for the lead. They might have an outright depending on what Trine does tonight in MIAA play. Trine, Calvin, and Hope all tied at 10-2 in conference play coming in. Now McKinney on the handoff sets the screen, and Sydney Cleary goes down in a heap. And that's going to foul out Ella McKinney. So McKinney and Timmer both foul out.
Both superstars.
Wow.
Physical game, but
on tough 5th fouls, by the way. That one's offensively setting a screen.
It was tough. I think it was a foul, but as we talked about, 3 or 4 of those fouls on McKinney, really tough, kind of cheap ones. But
Whitty, nice runner, right baseline over Feenstra. 69-56. Love the way these ladies are playing it out hard. Hope in the driver's seat, though, up 13. They'll take a lot of that shot clock down. 1:03 and ticky left to go. Shot clock down to 14. Feenstra across the lane. Try to muscle it up. Rolls off the front of the rim. No, but she'll get 2. Fouled by Rohrer, the freshman, who's in there trying to do her best along with Dirksey. And now it looks like the team's going to clear their bench a little bit. Coach Morehouse to the ovation of the crowd. Going to get a lot of his starters out. Lena Rea checking in for Hope, as Feenstra's first free throw is good. Also in there is Sydney Viss out of South Christian, the freshman, 5'10" forward, along with Hannah Kearns, sophomore out of DeWitt. And Olivia Bellows in there, the sophomore out of Lake City, up in the Houghton Lake neck of the woods. Second free throw good. What a night for Feenstra. She's going to finish with 15 and do a standing ovation here. DeVos Fieldhouse, both games against Calvin, she's played well tonight.
I like Savannah Feenstra. She's just a warrior on the inside. Gives it 100% every time she steps on the floor.
Sammy DeKuyper back in the lineup along with Alyssa Carner for Calvin and Coach Christner. Final 43 seconds in this one. 71-56. Kick over to Kuiper to Whitty for 3. Emma Whitty, the sophomore, knocks it down. She's got 6 on the evening. Coach Morehouse now just wants to roll some more substitutes in. And coming in for Courtney Lee after a short stint, Megan Bennett out of McBain, Northern Michigan Christian. 6'3" freshman center. Just keep rolling the roster out. This is Rhea. Nice crossover that time to free herself. Got in the paint, didn't pull the trigger. Dishes right side to Kearns. Down low on the block against Royer. Almost losing it that time was Bennett. They saved the possession though. Final 18 seconds. They go back to Bennett right side. In trouble again. Shot clock down to 4. Got to hurry. Bennett has it. Got to pull the trigger. Just throws it up before the shot clock, and now the violation. Didn't touch the rim. So Calvin to get it back with 7.1 seconds left. 71-59. Hope going to improve to 20-2 on the season. DeKuyper in the front court will just dribble it out, and that'll do it. 71-59 the final. Hope College gets the regular season series sweep in the rivalry series with an impressive 12-point win here at home. A little easier than that 6-point win on the road back in November, but impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than that final score. I mean, Kelvin, it was a 6-8 point game that entire second half, but give credit to Hope. That domination continues in this rivalry, 16 straight now. And how about Coach Morehouse, his 25th 20-win season. Congrats to him. I know they got bigger things to accomplish this year, but certainly also a fantastic milestone.
11-2 now, at least a share atop the MIAA, depending on what happens with Trine tonight in conference play. And for Mark Christner and Calvin, still a lot to play for. Obviously, they're 18-4, one of their better seasons they've had in a while. And, you know, they're a game back, but they get a chance to knock off Trine on Saturday at Van Noord Arena. And they sit now at 10-3 in conference play.
Absolutely. They're still in this thing in the MIAA race. And not only that, but then you got the MIAA tournament. If they can get Hope a third time, always difficult to beat a team 3 times in the same season. So a lot to play for if you're the Knights still, and all their goals still ahead of them.
We'll talk some final numbers coming up, and I'm going to sit down with Brian Morehouse, a very happy Coach Morehouse, and one of the Hope players coming up in our post-game coverage. First, though, we're going to take this time out as we go final here at DeVos Fieldhouse in the rivalry series for the women's second go-around. It's Hope with the victory tonight, 71-59 over their rival Calvin. We'll come back to DeVos Fieldhouse in Holland after this short timeout here on the Hope Sports Network.
Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
Live at DeVos Fieldhouse for our post-game coverage. 71-59. The Hope College women get the regular season sweep over their rival Calvin, taking both games. 12-point victory, and Coach Morehouse to my right, to my far right, an outstanding performance by Savannah. And Savannah, I'm going to start with you. 15 points, 9 rebounds out of Indiana. Did you know much about this rivalry? Because, boy, both games you played outstanding. You had 20 points in the win at Calvin as well back in November.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know a ton about the rivalry. I mean, my dad went to Calvin, but it was kind of like we didn't really talk about it much. And then when I came here, it was like, oh my gosh, she's going to Hope. But no, I think it's definitely cool to be part of something that goes back so far in history and have so many people who just support it on both sides.
And I want to get it right. Osceola, Indiana. How did I do?
Yep.
We know that you can shoot, obviously. You are a fantastic player. But what's it like playing not only the rivalry, but against a player like Gabby Timmer? I know you have the utmost respect, and you did a great job against her tonight.
Yeah, she's definitely a tough opponent. I think like going into this game, I knew she was going to board hard. She was really going to crash, and she was going to be tough for me to guard defensively. And I think it's just been a challenge for me to work more on my inside game this year instead of outside. And I just think my main focus when I'm down there is just I got to get rebounds, I got to get stops, and just do kind of the dirty work for my team.
How big is this now with a week and a half left? You got 3 games in conference play, and you guys in the driver's seat with this win at 11-2.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I feel like we're working well as a team right now, and I think we finally found our groove, and tonight was another step in the right direction.
Congratulations. Stay with us, Coach Mo. It's always special, I know, when you beat Calvin. I think your 49th victory against your rival in your career, but 20 wins. You've done that now 25 consecutive seasons. Pretty sweet to do that at home against Calvin, right, tonight?
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't even know it was our 20th win tonight, so thanks. that feels good, too. I'm just really excited about the trajectory of this team. The history is great. The number of years that we've had that streak going is great, but I'm just really proud of this team. They have been resilient all year long. There's been some really tough stuff, I'll be honest with you. People don't see it, just some stuff with our families and just some really difficult health things. And this team has persevered all year long, and I think that they follow their leaders, and this is one of their biggest leaders right here as far as their competitive greatness, day in and day out. She brings it all the time.
As you guys look ahead now to finish things out in the regular season and then the tournament and then hopefully the Division III National Tournament, one of the things that Drew Knights and I talked about on the broadcast for both you and Calvin is your ancillary players this time of year coming along, who you can step into. Keegan Kaiser, a freshman I thought played some major minutes. You can tell you're excited about her. On the other side, Sarah Neely for them had a huge game. I mean, that's big, isn't it, for both teams moving forward? Yeah, I thought Kaiser played great tonight. I thought Kendall gave us some really good minutes off the bench. I thought Carson Carlbloom, look at it this way. Keegan and Carson didn't play in game 1, right, November 30th. They were too young. They didn't know what they were doing. They've grown. They've matured. They weren't their best today, but they were really good. And the future for them is so exciting because, you got your first Calvin game under your belt and you got to win, and they played well. Greatness is ahead for those guys. Speaking of that, a player that we didn't see, I think she was injured at the time, was Raven Jemison in that first game too. She had some nice minutes tonight. Raven's coming on strong, boy. Everybody loves Ray. She's playing super well off the bench. We got the 3-headed monster. This is the main monster at the 5 position, but it's nice to have 2 really good 5s coming off the bench for us. Congratulations to you guys. You got Olivet coming in on Saturday, right? Yes, sir. Enjoy. Go enjoy with your teammates, too.
Thank you.
Thanks 71-59, the final. Our thanks to Savannah Feenstra joining us, our player of the game for Hope College, and head coach Brian Morehouse, as again they get the victory over Calvin. Regular season sweep, and they are now 20-2 overall, with Olivet coming in on Saturday, as I mentioned, but more importantly, 11-2 atop the MIAA conference. Calvin now drops to 18-4, and they are now 10-3 in conference play. They will get Trine at home coming up on Saturday. Want to thank our entire crew, the outstanding crew behind the scenes that you don't get a chance to see. We appreciate all of the women and men that helped us out. Our thanks to my color analyst, Drew Neitzel, tonight. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast right here on the Hope Sports Network.
We'll be right back.